Hey folks, how's it going? It's Monday night again. You got your favorite redneck in the house. I want to talk about this hurricane situation we got going. That's one of the things the main thing we're going to talk about. We're going to go over a few tips for those of you that are going to bail out and go to a shelter, and those that are going to stay home. So let's see if we can get this thing going here. But before I get going, I'm going to tell you, I've been doing some thinking about this Monday night program, and think I'm going to get away from a lot of the politics, a lot of the political stuff. It's crazy. I mean, we all know what's happening. You know, the world's going to hell. Our own representatives in Congress is actively trying to destroy our own country. We all see it. So you don't really need me to talk to you about it. I think what you need more out of me is to tell you how to deal with it when it happens. And going forward, there's going to be a lot less politics and a lot more prepping. So if that's what you want to see. If you want to see prepping stuff, come on over here and watch me. It's going to be more like my videos where I'm trying to teach you something or inform you about something. And hopefully that'll help us all a lot more than me sitting here railing about these stupid ass politicians we got. But like I said, we're here to talk about this hurricane tonight, and I'm going to go over a few things that I think will help you get through it if you're in the area there. They actually changed the map right before I came on here. This edge right here, the southeastern edge on the down near Fort Myers, they moved that back down towards Fort Myers. So the storm is obviously taking a little turn to the east there, but it's dead center on Tampa, it looks like, which is going to be a mess. It's going to be a terrible mess. The Weather Channel's saying it hadn't formed an eye yet, but I have a website that I go to. This is a live picture. Well, it was a live picture. I captured it from that website. When this is posted as a video tomorrow morning, I'll add a link to this website in the description. It's a live feed from satellites all around the world. You can check I think it's the water vapor all around the world. And you can see circulation like this right here. I mean, the storm obviously has an eye. It's just not showing up on radar because it's so tight. And that's what's going to make it so dangerous. And that's why it's going to get so powerful. It's supposed to get up to a category 4 and then drop back down to a category 2 before it makes landfall. Now they're saying it's going to run in on Tampa Bay, and that's going to be a mess. It is officially a category 2 storm now with 100-mile-an-hour wind and a pressure of 972 millibars. That's what you got to watch, is that pressure. As that pressure drops, the storm gets stronger. And this one's going to get bad. And they're saying it's going to get bad, and I think it is. Thankfully, it's going to hit shallow water just west of Florida in the Gulf before it makes landfall, and that's going to decrease the strength of the storm quite a bit. But, you know, we all know you should fill up your gas tank, fill up your propane if you're cooking with propane. But this picture right here was taken this morning about 6 o'clock in Orlando. People are already lined up. Just crazy for gasoline. And then about 11 o'clock today, I took Lady Prepper out for her first field trip after surgery. And we went right by a propane gas installation. And you can see here, they're lined up out beside the building and out on the street, trying to get in and get those propane tanks filled. You can't actually see the front of the line in this picture because it goes beside and behind the building. There's probably another 10 cars in that line ahead of what you see there that they're waiting to get that propane. So the madness has started in Orlando, that's for sure.
Now, Jobs wants to know if there's a way possible for us to check in with each other so we know everybody's okay. You might want to, before it's over, talk about Zello.
Yep. That's a good idea. If you, I haven't told you guys before, I'll tell you now. Kind of dropped the ball on this one. It's my fault. If you have a Facebook account, look up a group called At the Ready. That's my group, At the Ready. And we can all check in with each other there. But I think I told you in an earlier video about the Zello app that you can put on your phone. If you go look back through my videos on my channel, I think it says free nationwide walkie-talkie is the name of it. The video, that's the name of the video. And it tells you how you can install this little app. You can create contacts, and it's just like I say, a walkie-talkie, and it works all over the country. It's free, and it works great. I mean, me and a couple of my friends and Lady Prepper over here, we use it. I know a couple of folks here tonight uses it. I know that because you're in my contacts on Zello. And if you'll just go, like I said, we can stay in touch with each other there. If you look up the Orlando Prepper on Zello, that's me. Or you can go to that Facebook page, At the Ready. Got a good group over there. I've been trying to keep it small. I don't want a bunch of people in there that aren't serious about preparing, and I don't allow politics on that page. You know, if you want to talk politics, don't talk it in that group. I wish you would come over and join it, but don't bring any politics with you. Just not going to let that happen, because that creates more problems than it does benefit for the page. So don't do that. But let's get on with this now. Of course, you got to keep that cell phone charged. It looks like the worst part of this thing is going to be Wednesday and Thursday here in Florida. And on Tuesday night, just let that cell phone charge all night. If you have extra batteries, charge them up, because you never know when you might need them. Pretty elementary stuff. Like I said, top your gas tank off. Right now, if it's not full right now, you're going to have a problem getting fuel. But you need to do it. You really do. So, all right, I'm going to move on to a situation that could really create a problem on the West Coast and inland for 4, 5, 6, even 7 or 8 miles. And that's going to be the water, the surge going into Tampa Bay and the rivers over there connected to the Gulf. There's going to be a lot of flooding, even inland, especially like on the Manatee River. If you live on a river that connects to the Gulf, or a canal that connects to, Tampa Bay or the Gulf, you might want to think about getting out of there. If the county issued an evacuation order for you and your area, you really need to do that. You need to get out of there. Because if you don't and you get stuck, then somebody's going to have to try to come get you. And then guess what? Not only are you in trouble, but they're in trouble too, but it's your fault. Now, I was a first responder all of my adult life. And I know how it is when somebody's supposed to do something, they don't do it. And then, I have to put my ass on the line to bail them out. Don't do these guys and gals that way. Don't do it. Because once especially if the wind speed reaches, I think it's 100 miles an hour, category 2, they won't come get you. You're on your own. If the wind speed in that area is 100 miles an hour or more, and you call for help, they're going to tell you you're on your own.
Plus, they're talking to high rises. They can't get to you if the bottom 2 floors are flooded.
Yeah, that's another thing, especially over in Clearwater. Here's the thing. Jim Cantori's in Clearwater.
Yeah,
so if you're there, you need to get the hell out. It's that simple.
And Tom Terry doesn't have a jacket on.
Wherever that goes, it's trouble. And the local people, if you watch Tom Terry over on Channel 9, when he takes his jacket off, he's serious. It's getting serious.
He rolls his sleeves up. Yes. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, he has phases he goes through. He rolls his sleeves up. He takes his jacket off.
Then the tie comes off.
Yeah. When his tie comes off, it's really getting bad. So Tom's he's the man. He is the man when it comes to weather. So if you're in the Orlando area and you get Channel 9, that guy right there can keep you dialed in on what's happening. So, like I was talking about, if they have an evacuation order in your area, please do it. Find a shelter, local shelter, or relatives inland, but go somewhere. Don't wait for it to get bad before you decide, oh, I messed up. So Florida has plenty of special needs shelters. They have pet friendly shelters. Find out where they are in your area. Find the closest one to you that'll meet your needs. And right now, well, tomorrow, plan a route to get there and let somebody know what that route is. Let them know when you leave your home and when you get there. That way they know you're safe. But this is the kind of thing that you really need to do if you're in those areas, over coastal areas over there, or like I said, along the rivers or canals or whatever, because it's going to flood. It is going to flood. They're saying that some of the condos that are so close to the beach over there might have the first and second floors underwater. This thing hits the strength that it's supposed to. So if you're living in those condos or you know somebody that lives in those condos, contact them, let them know, probably need to get out of there. If you do leave, go to a shelter, pack you a good bag. You got to have your own stuff. I mean, the shelter will do what they can for you, but you need to make sure that you take at least 3 days worth of food with you. And if you take your pet, 3 days worth of food for them also. Nobody wants to leave our pets behind. So let's make sure that if you do that, you take your pets with you. If it's possible, take some water with you. It'd be nice if you could take, a gallon or two of water with you. That would be great. Even in a shelter, there might be things that you need that's not going to be there. So make sure you take with you what you can. Also, take a change of clothes with you. You need a good change of clothes, maybe 2. And take extra socks just in case they get wet. Nothing worse than stomping around in wet socks, believe me, guys. That's terrible. If you go into a shelter, take a light source with you, flashlight or a battery-powered lantern. They don't allow candles in a lot of these shelters. They're considered fire hazards. So you're going to need that light with you if you do go. A nice setup like something like that would be great. Just a lantern and a little flashlight. And, you're set. If the lights go out in the shelter, which happens a lot, you got light. Take a small radio with you, little transistor radio, shortwave radio, so you can hear what's going on. You can pick up a lot of information with these little radios that hits all the bands. Buddy of mine that just moved to Florida about 3 weeks ago, never been in a hurricane before. He sent me a message the other day and wanted to know, what he needed. And the first thing I told him was communications. He needs a good radio so he can get information if he needs to. But he's in the villages. My brother Rick, he's in the villages. I got an idea he'll be okay because he's tough as a damn cob. That guy, he's a bad lad. Me and him worked together back in the day, and he's tough. But he knows if he needs anything, I'm about 35 miles away. I'll do what I can to get there. But make sure you got those communications. Also, put together, if you don't have a first aid kit, and I'm talking about one of them little Red Cross first aid kits, put together a good kit for yourself that things that you might need, and your medications. You want at least 5 days of medications, just in case you're not home in 3 days. So make sure you have those things with you if you do go to a shelter. You also need to get all your important papers, insurance policies, passport, any kind of certificates, stock certificates, whatever. Any important papers you have, put them in like a Ziploc bag, zip them up. That'll keep them dry, just in case you do get wet. Your important papers will stay dry, and you really need those. especially in a situation like this, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where we're going to wind up when this thing's over. But that would be a great idea to do that. Thank you for reminding me of that, Lady Prepper. It wasn't on my list over there, and she wrote it up there for me. So, but I mean, if you have any questions about going to a shelter, I used to, when I was on the police department, we used to help set them up and actually, do security there. Shoot me an email, theorlandoprepper.com. Excuse me, theorlandoprepper@gmail.com. I can fill you in on what it's actually like to be in those places if you've never have been. There's some other things that you might need that I can't talk about right here. So if you want to know what they are, shoot me that email. It's not hard to figure out. Might see one or two of them up there, but shoot me that email and I can help you out. All right, me and Lady Prepper, we're going to be here, riding it out in Orlando. Thank goodness we're not on the coast. When Irma rolled through, excuse me, when Irma rolled through, we had a mess. But that was pretty much a direct hit. We're not getting that off of this one. But this storm is so big. Right now it's 500 miles wide, and they're saying it's going to grow. So if it's crawling up that west coast, it's going to cover Florida, and it's going to be bad all up and down this state. So I guess we'll be picking up debris again.
Take before and after pictures.
Yeah, we'll take some before and after pictures for you. That's pretty much what you need to know. I mean, that's the basics that you need to know. If you're going to a shelter, or even if you're going to stay with family, take these things with you. Your family's going to feed you, but you never know what might happen on the way there or on the way back. Lori's in the house. All right. Y'all need to visit Lori's thrifty kitchen pantry if you never have. She really is on the ball with a lot of that cooking stuff. And I'll tell you another one that's really on the ball with that is Biggs. I'm sure most of you know Biggs already. Yeah. She's got a great channel over there, just like Lori. They're going to teach you how to cook some good dishes, how to store some food, and they're right on top of that. Nick's in the house with us this week. Appreciate it, Nick. Headed over to take down the antenna tower right now. I got to do that tomorrow. I didn't put that on my list.
Okay.
I got to take down my ham radio antenna. And there we go. Appreciate you being here, Jenny. Sure do. And if you got any questions, pop them up here. Put them in all caps. That Lady Prepper over here, this is my engineer. She can see those questions in all caps and tell me what they are in case I don't see them.
Biggs brought some people with her. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Biggs. Thank you for bringing some folks with you. Wish I could have watched your video, but I'm doing this. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch it when I get done here. You got some good stuff over there. I really do appreciate it. Looks like Lori's taking a break, she said. Right now, you're taking a break now. We got a hurricane coming at us, and you're taking a break now. Ooh. That right there is being secure right there. She knows where she's at. She's ready to rock.
Yeah, don't forget medications. I think you mentioned medications.
Yeah, I mentioned the medications.
That's really important though.
Take 5 days of medications with you, even though you only have 3 days worth of food.
Most pharmacies still will work with you if you're right at the end of your supply to give you like maybe a 5-day.
Yeah, if the state
you can't get a hold of the doctor.
If the governor has declared an emergency and you're about to run out of meds and the pharmacy can't get in touch with the doctor, they'll go ahead and help you out. The pharmacy Publix down here, I know, is good about that. So is Walgreens. Yeah.
And CVS.
CVS, I've never done that in CVS.
Yeah, they're all good about it.
They will help you out. They'll help you get through this emergency with some extra meds if you need to. So remember that. That's important. But Florida glitz. All right.
Let's see.
Are you new here? I haven't seen you before.
Big Preps. How strong do you think Ian will be? Cat 3, Cat 2.
Well, they're saying it's going to be a Cat 4 when it's over open water, but when it gets closer to Florida, and hits the shallow water, it's supposed to drop. The strength is supposed to drop. They're saying it's going to be a Category 2 when it makes landfall.
That's today. Who knows what tomorrow will bring?
Yeah, that's what they're saying today. Yeah.
It changes every 8
But
hours.
I mean, like I said earlier, this storm is so big, it's probably going to be 600 miles wide when it builds up. And the eye, here's what makes this storm so dangerous. The eye is so small that it's generating massive power, and it's generating those rings that's going out. That's why it's getting so big, because the eye is so small. I'm sorry, what?
The forward speed's so slow. Too.
Yeah,
Stopping
yeah.
all the water.
Yeah, and it's moving so slow, it's staying over that warm water longer, and it's just percolating like a coffee pot. If you're familiar with the 1935 hurricane that hit the Keys on Labor Day, 1935, that was a very small storm. They said it was actually less than 100 miles wide, but the eye was only like a mile and a half. It was a massively strong storm. And this one's similar to that. But I hope this one don't take a path like Charlie did. It ran into Fort Myers, down around Fort Myers, and came up across the state. That's still a possibility. And hopefully it won't do that. But, all right. Let me get on to the people that's going to stay home. What you need to do if the power goes out. There's a couple of things that will help you out along the way. Of course, first thing you need to do is check your backup energy sources. You know, your generator, if it's, you know, gasoline, propane, solar, whatever. Make sure they are able to perform at, you know, top performance if the lights do go out. And, you know, like me, I got some solar backup here. I got a generator that runs off propane. I made sure all of that's ready to go, because this area right here is pretty prone to getting the lights knocked out. And I wasn't going to let that happen like it did in 2017. Nope, I'm not going to let that happen again. But test your emergency lights. Make sure all the batteries are good, or if they're rechargeable, make sure you charge those up. And your emergency communications, if you have walkie-talkies or just a shortwave radio, like I was saying earlier, that you really need to get one of those if you don't have one. And here's a good one. This one, a lot of people find it hard to do. I'm guilty. Make you a menu. Make you a 5-day menu of your emergency foods. You know, hopefully you won't have to eat them for 5 days, but make that menu and stick to it.
Then you won't gain 5 pounds.
Yeah, because it's hard not to just keep slamming in snacks or whatever when, you know, you got nothing else going on. You know, make you a menu and stick to it. I think I'm the only one in this emergency preparedness thing that is actually, you know, that actually does that and tells people to do it. But it really works out good.
Some lady said she needed water and Cheetos because she wasn't coming out of this without orange fingers.
Water and Cheetos. There you go. Scotch and Cheetos Scottish apple juice and Cheetos. Another thing you might want to consider here, no, you absolutely should consider here, is if you have no power and you have to cook with a gas-powered stove or your grill, make damn sure it's in a well-ventilated area. Every time this happens, every time the lights go out for a few days, we hear about somebody dying because they fired up a propane grill in their house, or, you know, a propane stove. And, you know, stupid is as stupid does, but I don't know, maybe under pressure they just wasn't thinking right. It's just terrible to hear that happens, but it does happen. And hopefully, you know, it won't happen to you. Just make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. And if you have a gas or propane-powered generator, make sure that it is at least 20 feet away from your house when it's running. It don't need to be any closer than that, guys. You also need to make sure that the exhaust is blowing away from the house. Yep, that's crazy. But, you know, a lot of people, you hear about people actually running a generator inside their house. That's just, I don't know where, you know, I don't know how they can figure they're going to survive that, but we never know. You hear about it all the time. So hopefully that won't happen this time around. I can't get this picture off the screen. I don't know what's going on here. Huh. Get out of there. There we go. My software ain't working good, but I got it out of there. And here's another little trick that'll help you out. I never thought about it. Lady Prepper come up with it. The day before the storm, turn that air conditioner down as far as it'll go. Cool that house off. That night before you go to sleep, you want it to be nice and cool inside. That way when you know, if you wake up the next day and the lights go out, your house is going to hold that cool air for a little while if it's insulated well.
It looks like Tucker.
And yeah, that's why I picked it. It looked like my boy Tucker right there.
Yeah, during Irma, we did the air conditioning down, and we slept comfortable for the first 2 nights without power. The third night, it started to get a little uncomfortable, but it really made a difference.
Yeah. Plus, we've had a lot of work done here around the house this year. Insulation should even be better. So cool that house down good, get it down around 65 degrees. You should be okay for a couple of days at least. Double D's in the house. Hello, how are you? Glad you came over and joined us. I appreciate it. What we got here? Cookies are great because you don't have to refrigerate them. That's true. Good snack food. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the way she thinks.
Yeah. That snack food's what gets you, though. You just, you know, you eat 2 cookies here and, you know, 2 hours later, you're eating 2 more. And next thing you know, when all this is over, you've gained 5 pounds.
I did. Irma.
But you also need to make sure, it's going to be my last point tonight. If the power does go out, you have the ability to protect yourself and your loved ones and your home, because you never know. Lights might be out for a week or 2 weeks. And, I mean, people are going to start getting serious if it does last that long. So you got to make sure you have the ability to protect yourself. I'm not going to go beyond that and tell you what I think you should have, but that's totally up to you. We got here. Robert Miller, canned goods, sausage, gravy. Damn right. Love me some sausage and gravy and biscuits. Oh, man. That's some good food right there. That man knows how to eat. If you got any questions, throw them at me right here because I'm about to get out of here. I've taken up enough of your time. Do y'all have games to starve off the boredom? Oh, wrong one.
Oh my God, read what Eddie just wrote. Did you see that?
No, hang on a second. Let me get this one right here. Y'all have games to starve off the boredom. Well, actually, yeah, we, you know, been known to play a hand or two of poker. Plus, you know, it's good to read and stay informed, but that's a lot of what we do. There are people still in generators late at night. Lawnmower. Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's
if you got,
sneaky.
huh?
That's sneaky.
Yep, that's, hey, 2 people in this world you can't trust when it comes to criminal activity. That's criminals and cops. All right. Criminals do it because they love it. Cops know how to do it so they can catch a criminal. So when you get right down to it, that's the 2 people you got to watch out for. But if you got a generator outside, it's generating that, it's making that noise, you know, find a way to secure it. I've got a cement pad out here with a eye bolt in it, 2-inch eye bolt that I can run a chain through and then secure my generator down with that if I ever have to use it. But hopefully it won't come to that. And if it does, hopefully it won't come to me having to defend it, because whoever tries to take it ain't going to like the results. It's that simple. All right. Yep. He knows what's happening. Looks like. Thank you, sir. Hillbill's in the house, my man.
He wants to know how you think Savannah area will do.
Savannah should be all right because it's going to be on the backside of that storm. You might get some when it rolls through. Upper Florida into South Carolina, Georgia. You're going to get a little wind, but nothing really bad. It's going to be like a thunderstorm. It's going to last probably 3 or 4 or 5 hours, but
as of now.
Yeah, it's not going to be like it's going to be here in Florida. So hopefully you guys will get through it unscathed up there as well. I don't see why you shouldn't. Oh, your kids moved out there. Bill's kids moved there. Well, they should be okay as long as, they're in a good structure, which I'm sure they are. They shouldn't have any problem.
And tell them if they were told to evacuate to do it.
Yeah. If they're told to evacuate, they need to get out of there. But another problem that pops up with these hurricanes, a lot of people don't think about is tornadoes. They generate a lot of tornadoes sometimes. So it could drop right down on top of you and you never know it. That would be hell. It would be like days of waiting on a hurricane. Then when it hits, it drops a tornado on you.
That's just wrong.
That wouldn't be fun at all. But hey, and I can attest to that because I got caught out in a tornado once. Wasn't any fun at all. So Robert Miller, Savannah, Georgia needs to watch out for flooding. That's true. Going to be a lot of rain. Yep, there's going to be a lot of rain. Like I said, they're on the backside of that storm. So they're going to get some when that wind, when the center of that storm spins, it's going to come on the coast. They're going to get a little storm surge off of that too, but nothing like, when it's over open water and pushing that surge in from the Gulf. So, Lisa Gonzalez telling everybody to stay safe, saying good luck. Yeah, well, we need it and pray for us. It's not all about luck, it's about prayer as well. I'd appreciate it. But I think I'm going to get out of here. If you guys got any questions, like I said, shoot me an email, theorlandoprepper@gmail.com. Tell me what you think about getting away from the politics. I think I need to get away from the politics. I've had enough. We all see, like I said, we all see what's happening. We know what's coming. What I need to do is try to help you get ready for it. Ain't nothing we can do to stop it. Nothing. Everybody thinks that the election's coming up is going to make a difference. Nope, ain't going to do it. I haven't heard one of the Republicans running for Congress or the Senate say they're going to overturn this 87,000 IRS agents that they just financed. I ain't heard anybody saying they're going to turn that around so it don't happen. Nope, because they're all the same. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The left wing and the right wing are both parts of the same bird. The only thing, well, I ain't going to get into that. No politics. I'm out of there. This is Double D. Everybody, she's Double D's wanting everybody to stay safe. I think we all want that. Thank you, though. That's good. We all need that, and we hope you stay safe as well. All right, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Run a little bit over that 30 minutes I try to stick to. But hopefully we'll all get through this okay. If anything comes up or anything changes, I'm going to come on here live. It might be anytime. It might be during the storm. If I still got power and I got the internet, I might just come on during the storm. Talk like Jim Cantori does. Stand out back there and see what the hell happened.
Oh, Lord.
You never know. With that, I'm going to say stay strong. Pray for our country. Pray for each other, especially with what's coming down on us. It's going to get bad. The Orlando Prepper is out.